Hey Scorpio, thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rabbit Tarot for your weekly reading for the week of March 14th to the 21st. We're going to be pulling a bunch of cards here to get an idea of your general energies for this week, as well as any challenges that you'll be facing, and some advice on how to overcome those challenges. If you haven't checked out your monthly reading for the whole month of March, we're going to post that down below so you can also check that out to get a better picture of the whole month for yourself. Scorpio, starting your reading though, we have the Chariot card here talking about discipline and determination. And we have that rhino there kind of like climbing up what looks like a pretty, steep hill. And I can kind of see you right now, Scorpio. Scorpio, you're in like this situation where you're kind of facing like an uphill battle right now. But I think that the tide is kind of turning in your favor right now. You're starting to find these little tiny missing pieces to some grand success that you want to build for yourself. And here with when we're talking about determination, like that rhino coming up that hill as well, we have like all these vines growing up from the bottom of the card and then reaching towards that slope. And I can kind of see that in a sense of like maybe those vines are also adding support to that slope as well, and like also kind of aiding that rhino in its journey. So right now for you, Scorpio, I think that a lot of pieces are really coming together. There's been like a lot of question marks for Scorpio over the last months that I've been doing the Scorpio readings. And it seems to me like things are starting to come together, but there's still there's still some missed opportunities here though with the Five of Cups card. So here with the Five of Cups card, we're almost focusing a little bit too much on what hasn't worked for you right now, Scorpio. So as your challenge for right now, I'd say that the key to success for you and in finding those like little tiny things that you need to bring together this puzzle, you're gonna have to experiment and play around with different things. There's no like one path for every single Scorpio, especially in like a reading like this that is super general. There's no one path, so I think Scorpios right now need to be in a state of experimentation. And when we're talking about having that discipline and determination to continue the uphill journey, we're talking about trial and error. We're talking about trying out different things, and there's going to be like a little bit of failure, but at the same time, you're still going to gain a little bit more insight into yourself and your creative process. Here in your recent past, we have the Two of Wands card, so that's where you've been over the last couple of weeks, in this position where you kind of feel as though the world is in your hands right now and you're starting to look beyond. And that doesn't mean that everything is going perfectly for you. It just means that you've almost become like a master of your own domain. So if you've been working at one workplace for a long time, you have it down completely. And that's why you're beginning to look out for new horizons. You're trying to find the next stepping stone in your life's journey. And we also have the Two Cups here with the Temperance card, kind of like balancing out those different emotional energies. And I think that right now what you should be balancing is finding different components to change your life. So Scorpio, right now if you're looking to make a big transition in your life, like starting a new career field or something, but you're not quite sure how to get there, you're gonna have to go through this trial and error process. And that trial and error process is going to mean that you're going to be picking up new hobbies for yourself. And then maybe you'll find after a couple of days, a couple of weeks, that they just don't work out for you. So you need to learn to let things go. So just as easily as you're going to be picking up new interests, you also need to learn to let go of interests that aren't going to be serving you, because this is a period of experimentation for yourself, Scorpio. So you're experimenting with different things and you're trying to find basically like a new pathway forward for your life here. Here in your area of above, we have the Four of Swords card. I think that you're kind of like almost checking out right now to people around you. Like people can be feeling as though like Scorpio, especially in your workplace where maybe you used to be like the number one employee, but now you're starting to invest more energy into other things, but you're not telling anybody that. They could feel as though you kind of checked out. So that's how you're presenting yourself to the world right now. You just don't seem like you're all there. Not in a sense of like, oh, like you just seem like totally aloof. It's just more of like you're not putting any energy into like this workplace or this program that you're in as much as you used to be doing, which is completely fine for you because you understand your own personal journey. But just be on the lookout for that though. That could create a little bit of tension with other people because they don't see the full scale of what you're doing, Scorpio. All right, in Scorpio, here in your area below, we have the Justice card. So there could be some kind of legal matters weighing on your mind right now. It could also be that if you're leaving one career or you're looking to step out of this career, maybe you would be doing that ahead of your contract, for instance, or maybe you'd be like breaching something, or maybe you're kind of worried about taking the experiences that you have at one workplace and then translating them to another, because maybe there are some projects that you worked on and are like protected by NDAs, for instance. So it could be some situation like that. There could just be like little tiny legal matters on your mind right now. I don't think that they're not manifesting in the real world here, but they're manifesting in something that you're subconsciously concerned about. Like you're just like a little concerned that there could be some like legal hurdles along the way. Here in your area of advice, we have the Four of Pentacles card. If you're looking to make a career change, Scorpio, hold on to your finances right now. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be in a position where you're going to lose all your money overnight, but I'd just be a little bit more careful right now. Be like a little bit more frugal moving forward, especially if you're beginning to make a career change. As far as your external factors, there are going to be new things coming into your life right now. People are recognizing that you're checking out. If you're like working in like one project at school, or if you're in like one program at school, or if you have like one career and you're starting to check out and move some of your energy into something new, they're realizing that, and then somebody else, some other third party, an external party, is beginning to realize that as well. And they could be offering new career opportunities for you, but you might have to juggle two things at once. Like you might have to continue this job, for instance, and also do like a part-time like internship or a part-time job somewhere else at the same time. So kind of be on the lookout for that. That could be an external factor coming into your life over the next week or so. Here in your area of hopes and fears, we have the King of Swords card. I think that you're afraid of like successfully making this transition. I think that right now you're in a huge state of change, especially here with the King of Swords card. The butterfly has really been standing out to me these last couple weeks. Normally the King of Swords is about setting those barriers and like setting like just kind of understanding like what you expect from people and enforcing it. But here I'm kind of recognizing the butterfly a little bit more. I think that you are just afraid right now. Like you're in this state of change. You are starting to find the puzzle pieces, and maybe because it's manifesting and because it's becoming so real, it's like a little scary at the same time. Like you're beginning to realize that the plan might actually be working here for you, Scorpio. Here in your area of an outcome, we have the Queen of Cups card, which is really positive to end on. So you're definitely tapping into some great normally the cups are going to be emotional energy, but here I'm feeling something more creative with this too. I'm feeling that if you are making that transition right now, Scorpio, into a new career field, or if you're studying something new or gaining new hobbies, right now you're really investing your all into it. And I think that this is the first time that you might have felt that in a long time. Like if you haven't been really passionate about this job that you've been doing for like 10 years, and then all of a sudden something new is coming into your life and you're able to invest so much energy and like focus and like creative potential into it, it can be really exciting and like really be invigorating all aspects of your life. So Scorpio, here at the end of the reading, we're going to pull 3 cards for 3 yes, no, or maybe questions. So if you want to pause the video, we're going to pull 1, 2, and 3. So Scorpio, here for your first question, I have a maybe. For your second question, I have a yes. And for your last question, I have a yes. So Scorpio, thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rapid Tarot. Please subscribe if you haven't. And also you can check out your monthly reading down below. And if this reading resonated with you, you can also check out your sun, moon, and rising. We'll see you next week.